Hao-Ning. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I'm here to show you my final project for CS50. So I've made a child oral antibiotic dose calculator. As the name suggests, this calculator allows the user to verify a child oral antibiotic dose that is prescribed by the doctors against the recommended therapeutic dose that is provided by Australian Medicine Handbook. So on the home page, you see a index page. I'll just show you, it's basically a HTML file. The user will then be able to click submit to go to the next page. This second page is another input HTML page, whereby the user will be given a few more text views to fill in. So that the user will have to choose a specific strain, and I'll just put in some example here. Let's say the prescription from the doctor says 5 mils per dose, 3 times a day for a child that is 15 kilograms. The user will then click submit. The user will be prompted by a disclaimer. So here's a final page where the user will be shown with all the information that has been given by the users, followed by the results. That is what we are after. So basically, this calculator will calculate the total prescribed dose as shown on the prescription, and this dose will be compared to the minimum and maximum therapeutic daily dose. And lastly, it will say whether the prescribed dose is low or high or in range according to the therapeutic dose range. The user can click start again at any time along the way, as shown here. And I'll just quickly show you how the database is handled at the back end. So here I use SQLite, which is imported from the CS50 library. So I've made a table called antibiotic with all the following columns: antibiotic strain, app strain, which is absolute strain, minimum, maximum, so on and so forth. So I'll go through each of them. The antibiotic column lists all the antibiotics that I've picked, and followed by all the strains that are available for each antibiotics, and this is based on the local availabilities in Australia. And the third column, we've got the absolute strain column, which is basically the same as the strain column, but in milligram per mil rather than milligram per 5 mils. And then we've got the minimum and maximum column. This basically shows the dose for a child according to their weight. So here we've got amoxicillin that says 7.5 milligram per kilogram is the minimum therapeutic dose for a child, and the range goes up to 30 milligram per kilogram. And lastly, we've got absolute minimum and absolute maximum column. This is a daily dose for an adult. So in any instances where the child is weighed, say, more than 41 kilograms, which is the average body weight for a 12-year-old, that means the child's weight is high enough to place the child in an adult dose range, basically. And that the calculated dose will be defaulted to the adult dose range. And I can sort of quickly demonstrate that. So here I pick amoxicillin, 250 milligram per 5 mils. So for example, we use the same volume and frequency as before, but now I've changed the body weight to 42 kilogram, and you'll see that the calculated dose is defaulted to the adult dose. And here we can see that the prescribed dose is indeed in range. And here I'll just quickly show the CSS file that I've used, followed by the JavaScript that basically allows the user to start from the beginning again by clicking the start again button. And here's the layout page. And here's I've used the Ginger notation, and lastly here's the Python file that I've created. That's it. Thanks for watching.